Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 1994 season here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the 16th race of the season, and I believe the second race ever run here in the Cup Series has ever run here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Um, Last year, I believe Rusty Wallace won this race last year. I may be wrong though. But coming into this race, Davey Allison is the points leader by a singular point over Morgan Shepherd, with Dale Earnhardt 207 points back behind him. Going to be a very interesting race today. Before we get to this 300 lap race here, let's go through your starting lineup presented by Budweiser and whatever the heck you want to have it presented by. So on the pole today is the points leader, Davey Allison. He starts on the pole today as we kick off the second half of the 1994 season. First, we finished officially half, and now we are now in the this is where we start seeing the run for the championship really start evolving. So Davey Allison, someone who was very good at the beginning part of the season, Ken Schrader starts in second today. Behind them, his teammate Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace in fourth. Fifth place is Derek Cope, the 1990 Daytona 500 winner. Mark Martin in sixth. Jeff Gordon and Darrell Waltrip are in the row behind them. Dale Earnhardt and Rick Wilson start in the row behind them. Dale Jarrett and Ricky Rudd start in the next row. Morgan Shepherd, Kyle Petty, Sterling Marlin, Hutch Strickland, Ted Musgrave, Steve Grissom, Lake Speed, Ward Burton, Jeremy Mayfield, Mike McLaughlin. I haven't seen him very much this year. Oh, I thought that said, okay. For a second, I thought that said Coca-Cola. That was a Coca-Cola car, and it said Family of Fine Beers. I was really confused for a minute. Anyway, Bobby Hamilton in his Maxwell Hall scheme, Rick Mast, Bill Elliott, Joe Nemechek, Jimmy Spencer, Jeffrey Bodine, Ernie Irvin, Mike Wallace, Tom Bodine, Randy LaJoy, Michael Waltrip, Harry Gant, Jamie Aub, Jimmy Hensley, Dick Trickle, Loy Allen Jr., Wally Dallenbach Jr., there's no junior on there, I guess, Greg Sachs, Kenny Wallace, and Dave Marcus round out your field today. Field of 42 cars take to the Magic Mile, a 1.058-mile racetrack in New England. So here we go. The pace car is rolling off now. I don't know. There's not very much for me to say about this racetrack. Don't know very much about it. Known well for its modified racing. I don't really have a lot of background information to talk about here as we come to the green flag, but we're just going to get ready to watch a great race. So here we go. Pace car's off. Davey Allison leads him down, and the green flag's out. We're green here. If I seem a little off or tired, it's because I am. I am kind of tired right now, but I wanted to record a Davey Allison race right before I did anything else, so I'm gonna do. I'm feeling pretty good. I just, you know, that's that. So anyway, going down the backstretch here. Man, look at this. The number 25 and the 5 here, teammates side by side for second place, racing each other hard for position here. As Davey Allison begins to pull away here. It's gonna be interesting to see what line has the better advantage here. It looks like the outside line's gonna have the advantage off the corner there, and Ken Schrader will keep that second place position over Terry Labonte. Now Rusty Wallace going to try and make that pass on the outside here. And he actually looks like he might get the run off a corner exit here. Comes Rusty. Yeah, look at that. Rusty's actually going to try and complete that pass. He is going to complete that pass on Terry Labonte for third place on the outside line. Mark Martin trying to get past the number 98 there. 98 tried to actually pass him in that corner. So the leaders, everyone starts stringing out here a little bit. Double file back here. This is where it gets really racy if you get past these guys. Take a look here. Jeff Gordon trying to clear Darrell Waltrip. Those guys started side by side, and they have not separated since. Number 43, Rick Wilson there under Dale Earnhardt. The number 10 of Ricky Rudd. I'm clicking the wrong camera angles. That's great. Pack there. Last week's winner, Morgan Shepherd. He won last week's race at the age of 52 years old and 263 days. Not the oldest winner in NASCAR Cup Series history. That goes to Harry Gant, who won back in '93 about a year ago. If I were to pull up those stats, you'd hear a lot of paper scrumpling, and I really don't feel like doing that right now. So let's go back up to the front here. We're side by side for second place. Rusty Wallace has muscled his way to the front. Remember, Rusty Wallace he comes up the second here. Where did he finish last week? He wrecked and finished 26th, I believe. Rusty Wallace comes into this race, I believe, 11th in points, and he has not won since we started doing the series. So it actually has been almost a year. It's actually been exactly a year since he won at this very racetrack. Darrell Waltrip gets clear Jeff Gordon. And now Rick Wilson trying to pass Jeff Gordon. It looks like that high groove, you need a certain type of vehicle to be able to pass on the high line there. And I never realized Jeff Gordon's deck lid has Snickers on it. That's interesting. Anyway, so now Rick Wilson's going for the 7th place position on Darrell Waltrip here. Let's pull up your scoring here. So we're not complete idiots about it. Morgan Shepherd trying to pass Dale Earnhardt here. They'll get by him there. Looks like he'll just clear him in this corner. Oh, sorry. Got a yawn there. Anyway, now looks like Ken Schrader's starting to fall off just a tiny bit. And Ken Schrader, I remember he came up short at Daytona again last week, which is very tough for Ken. And along with along with that second place finish, Schrader looks like he's finally got his season back on par with what he had at the beginning of the year. Remember, Schrader had 8 consecutive top 10s to start off this year. Then he had a horrendous slump in May and June, and early May and June. And now he's had a first and second place finish. He's running third here right now. So, in that time, Ken Schrader went from being second in points, 1 point behind Davey Allison, ironically enough, to, that is not the right race, to being 4th in points, nearly 300 points behind Davey Allison. So he lost 280 plus points to Davey Allison in a span of the last few races. And Rusty Wallace is actually chasing down Davey Allison for the lead here. Interesting to see the speed out of Rusty Wallace. We haven't seen it all year. He's been decent, but he hasn't been this fast. We go back a little bit further through the field here. 4th, 5th, Mark Martin. 6th, Derek Cope. 7th, Darrell Waltrip. 8th, battle for 8th here, Rick Wilson and Morgan Shepherd. Jeff Gordon back to 10th. 11th is Dale Earnhardt. These guys have fallen back a little bit. See Ricky Rudd right there. See these guys all fighting in the air for position. We go through the field real quickly. Lloyd Dallenbach Jr. running at the back there. But Rusty Wallace is closing in just a little by little every single lap here as we're just passing to lap 10 now. 32.038. Yep, gained a little bit more right there. We go back here. These guys are right on top of each other. Derek Cope actually gained on Mark Martin. And Darrell Waltrip is... Did he get past both those guys? Hold on. No, he didn't. I'm just an idiot. These guys are actually gaining on Darrell, and they're still battling. Jeff Gordon is turning the fastest lap of his race for himself, personal fastest lap. And we got a battle for the lead here now. Rusty Wallace has closed the gap now to just under a quarter of a second. What will Davey Allison do here? Who's led every lap from the pole so far. We head back down to turn number 3 here. Ooh, man, look at that. Let's take a look at the sky cam. See how Rusty's just rolls that center, gets back, stabs the throttle a little bit faster than Davey can, and just gets back, just gets that run on the straightaways here. It looks like he will not gain very much time on him that time by. It was about even lap times, lost about a 100th to him, but that's the effects of the aero that you have here when you get up right behind the driver. 2 Fords in the front here, 2 Chevys, then we're back to 2 more Fords, then a Chevy and a Ford, then a Pontiac finally, and then another Chevy, then another Ford, and another Ford, and a Chevy and a Chevy and a Ford, then Chevy and a Ford. And then I don't know what the heck that is. That's a Buick, I want to say. Whoops, that shouldn't be in here. Is he really running up that high? Mike McLaughlin really is running that high. Well, good for him. So these guys are still side by side, these teammates are. And Rusty Wallace still can't find a way around him here. I think pit stops will be coming here in the next 5 to 10 laps. I don't really remember when the pit stops are supposed to happen, but jeez, but voice crack much. I know there will be pit stops in this race. I'm almost 100% certain there will be. Yeah, these two are just now spaced out a little bit. These two are still side by side. These two can't get away from each other. Whoa! Rick Hendrick's livid right now. He's like, what are you guys doing? These guys are passing Darrell. They were battling each other, then they sucked Darrell Waltrip into their little frenzy, and now they're getting past him for 7th. Ted Musgrave has fought his way into the top 10 now. Jeff Gordon's falling back to 12th now, as here comes Ricky Rudd trying to get him for 12th and put Gordon back to 13th. Dale Earnhardt's falling back to 14th with Dale Jarrett on his heels. And then it's a frenzy back here. So you go back up towards the front here. They're still side by side. As we hit halfway. And these two are just going at it here. These two have done I think... No, not every Hendrick car has won yet. Terry Labonte is not yet won a race. Ken Schrader's won a race, and Jeff Gordon won a couple of races. They both run 2 races, Schrader and Gordon, but Terry Labonte has not won a race yet. Mark Martin has not won a race yet this year. Derek Cope hasn't won a race since his 1990 win. I believe it was at Richmond? Morgan Shepherd, of course, last week's winner, going for 6th place. And Morgan Shepherd, if he were to win the championship this year, let me just put this in context, it's because he's running for that championship, would be the oldest champion in NASCAR history at age 53 by the time the championship will be over. He'd win the championship at age 53, which would be very impressive for Morgan Shepherd, who drives for that Wood Brothers team, number 21. Rick Wilson having a very good year in that number 43 Richard Petty Pontiac. Darrell Waltrip running for his own team again this year, having an alright season, 7th place in points coming into this race. Just checking through everybody to make sure no one's died or something crazy's happened. Lake Speed running alongside the number 16 of Ted Musgrave. Jeff Gordon, who got those 2 early wins to start the season, has not won yet, has not won since, but is currently 9th place in points. And then we got Ricky Rudd, who pulled off that out-of-nowhere victory at Dover earlier this year. Rusty Wallace going for his first win this year. He's going to be fighting for everything he can get here to try and get the first win of his season. And Davey Allison, I don't even know how many wins he has this season. It's been a lot, though. He won the 500, 2nd Daytona 500 of his career. And it looks like Rusty's lost a lot of time right there. And Davey going for, if he were to win this race, this would be his 26th career victory. So for Rusty, it would be his 27th career victory. So that's interesting. We're going to be coming to 10 laps to go this time by. I'm waiting for when they pit for gas here. That's why I thought they would be pitting relatively soon. We got a freight train of cars here now. Lake Speed has worked his way into the top 10. As we got some passing going on here. Here comes Lake Speed on 9th, Darrell Waltrip. Ooh, man, he just can't... That bottom groove is not very good here if you're not a good vehicle. But, man, he got him. And he's going to get Darrell Waltrip for that 9th place position. These two are still going at it here. Coming to 9 to go next time by. I'm going to stay on these guys just because they're so close together here. And we're going to be seeing pit stops here. Coming to 9 laps to go this time by. Alright, they're not coming down yet. I'm not going to keep watching them. Morgan Shepherd has driven all the way up to now 5th place here on Mark Martin. Watch out, Morgan Shepherd. He's been just mowing his way through the field here, taking people down one at a time here. So Morgan looks like he's going to clear Mark here. And now he's going to go try and chase down. I don't know if he's going to be able to chase down the other two. Maybe if he gets him through pit stops or something. I don't know. If we even have pit stops now, I don't know. I don't know if we're actually... They're still not pitting, so I'm starting to get worried that we might not have pit stops This might become a few mileage race like almost every Richmond race seems to be that I ever sim. But Morgan, let's take a look at the lap times here. This time by 32.978. He turned a 33.1, but he was making a pass, so, you know, yeah, that is what it is. And finally, Terry Labonte's passed Ken Schrader and now sets sights on possibly chasing the leaders down. He's just a little bit slower than him, so I don't think he can get him, though. And Lake Speed's going to try and get his way up to 8th place as Derek Cope starts falling back a little bit. Watch out here, Derek Cope might be freight trained here on the outside lane here. Looks like the outside lane was good here on the start, but then as the tires wear, that inside line just becomes more and more dominant. Oh man, come to 6 to go next time by. Darrell can't seem to get him. I'm just gonna go check on the leaders here, see if anyone's pitting. Nope, no one's pitting still. So back to this. It's Musgrave and Derek Cope finally outside of Waltrip and Rudd. And here comes Gordon now into the picture. Come to 6 to go here. It's all for just a battle just outside the top 10 here. As Rusty and Davey have separated from the field massively. These two are still side by side here. Take a look if anyone's pitting this time by. Nope, 5 to go for these two. Oh, here we go. Here's pit stops. There is pit stops happening. So, okay, so we might see pit stops. Yeah, here comes Mark, Wilson. Okay, so we are going to be seeing some pit stops. What are the leaders going to do? Let's watch out here. Coming to 4 laps to go. What are the leaders going to do? Come back down in this corner here. Well, we see a pit stop here. Davey's going to pit. Oh, Rusty's going to pit too. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is it. Any little hold up, anything that slows them down can make these drivers change position on the pit lane here. Crossing the line, 4 laps to go. Ooh, that slows up. Oh, the 41 slows up both of them. 41 slows down the 2. So here we go. Oh god. All right, so here we go. Watching these two now. So, oh, Rusty's already leaving. Oh, he's just taking gas. Oh, Davey's leaving too. Oh no. Wait. Oh, Rusty's gonna get him. Here goes Rusty Wallace. He gaps Davey. And Rusty Wallace is going to put a lead on Davey Allison as they come off the pits. Look at the lead he gets. He's running away with it. Rusty Wallace having a tremendous gas and go stop over Davey Allison. As we come to 3 laps to go, I don't think Davey can make up that time there. How much time did he put on him? Let's take a look at the pit lap. Rusty turned a 56.1 on that pit lap. Davey turned a 58.6. So Davey loses a second and 3/4 of another second to Rusty. Wow. As we come to 2 laps to go, Rusty Wallace pulling off an incredible pit stop and beating Davey out the pit lane, racing him off the apron there. And pinching Davey off so he couldn't carry speed, but he could on the outside. Tremendous job by Rusty Wallace. It's a 33.7 because none of them took tires. Davey just turned 7/10 faster than Rusty that time. Hold on. At that rate, he'll catch him. At that rate, Davey will catch Rusty. So we come to the white flag because then he'll be down to 3/10 here. I don't think he will, though, because he's too far back now. Still, it's going to take a lot. See the lap times this time. We also got lap traffic coming up here. White flag. Look how much Davey gained on him that time by. I mean, did Davey take like 2 tires possibly? 33.6. 30. This is a white flag. 33.1. Oh my god, he's going to be right there. Davey is coming. I don't know if he's going to have him. He's going to have to do a lot on this last corner here. So we come down the last corner. Davey Allison with a huge run. He's going to go to the inside of Rusty Wallace for the lead here. This is it. He's going to dive bomb him. Oh, but Rusty cuts him off. He's going to block him here. Davey right on his back bumper. Coming to the checkered flag. Will Davey pull out and make a run on him here? Davey pulls out. It's going to be another photo finish between these two, but Rusty Wallace is going to get it. Wow. That one more lap and Rusty Wallace would have lost the lead. That is luck. That is incredible. Rusty Wallace wins by beating Davey Allison by less than a tenth of a second in an incredible finish that saw basically, by definition, a photo finish. At least in my book, that's a photo finish. Let's go take a look back and see what happened here. I don't know if... I swear none of them took tires, but why was Davey turning... Well, let's just check Davey's pit stop here. Did Davey take tires? No, he didn't. Then why was he 7/10 faster than Rusty? Holy smokes! I don't know. Maybe just Davey just got a wedge adjustment or something, which is that much better. I don't know. Either way, then the finish at the line. It wasn't. Now, given I know this isn't that close of a photo finish, but oh, oh, there we go. There it is. That's the photo finish. Which is close. It's close. Anyway, so whatever. After that, I'll show you your official standings. There you go. 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 Points after this race. So, big things happen here. Davey Allison extends his points lead to 47 points over Morgan Shepherd. Dale Earnhardt falls back to 305 points behind Davey Allison now. Ken Schrader closed in on Dale Earnhardt from last week to this week and is within 30 points of getting third place from him. Terry Labonte's right there as well. Then you have to go back about another 100 points to Jimmy Spencer. Darrell Waltrip still holds 7th. Ted Musgrave holds 8th still. Jeff Gordon holds 9th. Mark Martin holds 10th. And Rusty Wallace, even though he is 11th and still is 11th, he's only 2 points away from this 10th place position in points now. So this win did prove to be good for Rusty. Interesting things that we didn't cover on that pit stop exchange. Morgan Shepherd, he was 5th when those stops happened. He ended the race 10th. Rick Wilson finished 6th. Dale Jarrett, incredible. I don't know what he did, but he got 7th. Lake Speed had 8th. That was really the big mix-ups. Derek Cope got fouled back out of the top 10. And that's pretty much all that we saw. That was a big deal on the top of the field there. So, yeah, next week we will be at, I want to say, Pocono again? I want to say we'll be at Pocono, but I'm not 100% sure because of the name of the race here. I'm pretty sure it's... No. This is, I think... Michigan? No. We'll be at another track next week. That's where we'll be next week. So, yeah, until next time, see you guys later.